Father, we thank you for the organizers of this forum. We thank you for the USAID. We thank you for Ebonyi State Government. We thank you, O Lord, for all the resource persons. We thank you for every participant. To you be all the glory as you superintend, as you direct, and as you give us a good conclusion. May all glory and honor and praise be ascribed to your holy name. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
My name is David Olabonyi, Communication Officer PEP. Locating the very hotel for me was easy because it's don't walk from my office.
My own name is Mr. Kasani from State Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. Locating this hotel wasn't a difficult one.
You can take like in Winston and Passende. Cleverer Hotel is known to be, so locating it wasn't a problem.
My name is Priscilla from Ministry of Finance. Locating Cleverer Hotel was not easy.
My name is Michael. I'm coming from Hawaii, and locating this place was quite easy.
It wasn't difficult because I was brought here.
Yeah. My name is Akuma Mujibade. Locating the place was not difficult.
About State Ministry of Finance and Economic Development. First and foremost, I want to thank on behalf of the ministry, the organizers of this very program. Also, the state government for giving the neighboring government. To all of us, the participants, I want to advise that we give this meeting all the seriousness it deserves, so that after our stay, we should be able to come up with deliberations which, when implemented, our state will be very good. Nigeria will be very good. Thank you.
So glad to be here again today. I remember the last meeting we had was on 29th of March. That was the first quarterly meeting, and this is the second.
Yes.
We had quality deliberations, contributions, and resolutions. And I'm sure all of them are being used for the success of this very body. Today again we have come to bring other deliberations and contributions and resolutions that also help the state move to a better height. And promising whatever we deliberate here concerning the Ebonyi State House, it will be a very positive approach that they will give to this very body. So all this thing we are doing, we need synergy from the local government, the state, and the nation. And then if the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary should synergize, I think we will have a better result. So based on this, I am happy to be here, and I'm sure this meeting today will be a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, ma'am.
It's my pleasure to be in our midst this morning. I count it a very rare privilege. The theme of this gathering is very, very relevant to my office, and it's believed that, like some other people have said, if the synergy is there, it's workable. So certain things have been kick-started by the ministry to in the budget process, introducing some new dimensions, though not without resistances and frictions. But the good thing is that we've been able to get the interest of the key players, and trainings. I've personally advocated for USAID to step in to assist in increasing and improving the capacity of the local government key players, particularly the PRS and the treasurers. In the past, it was a rule of the thumb, preparing budgets. Somebody just picks up an old budget and just write anything, and it wasn't like that with the 2022 budget that was prepared. It was more professional, and we know that if we're able to build on that, we will get the results that are being anticipated. Thank you very much. I hope this will be a very beautiful discussion and interaction. Thank you.
When things go wrong in the community, women suffer because the loads we carry increases. So for us in state to state, improving the fiscal transparency, accountability, and sustainability of government processes and programs, we do a lot more to give more women voices and chances like the women in this room. Another reason why this project is very important to us is that the local government system was created to bring development to everybody, especially to my mom who lives in the village. But when resources are misappropriated, development is delayed, denied, and more citizens suffer for it. Currently, Nigeria is going through a lot. We have insecurity, we have corruption in the governance system. And in fact, our young people are almost losing confidence in our nation. In trying to take back our country, in trying to improve lives for everyone, especially for the vulnerable, of which women count as number one, Ebonyi local government fiscal transparency, accountability and sustainability project is good to us. And that is why, in state to state, we are happy to partner with the Public Enlightenment Project, a woman-headed organization talking public finance management. On behalf of my state team leader, Dr. Sam Onya, who would have been here but is on leave, I want to welcome you all to this program and say, please give it your best shot. Thank you very much.
We are paired in groups, and we were given some questions to answer in that first quarter program. And at the end of the day, we came up with some resolutions that I believe the body has been able to use or put into practice since then. It was a very great meeting, and I enjoyed it. Apart from the fact that we also ate, they took care of us the other way. The program seeks to check what the activities of the state as regards fiscal transparency, accountability, sustainability in the local government areas. How far are these things happening in our local government areas? I think that's what the PEP does, and with the help of USAID and the city said. And so far, I enjoyed myself in the first meeting, and I think today's meeting is going to be a better one, more than the first one. That is little I have to say about this program.
Thank you. The local government fiscal transparency, accountability and sustainability program. This project is one of the 6 sub-grants given to Ebonyi State civil society organizations to implement the civil society component of the state-to-state project in Ebonyi here. As we know, state-to-state stands for States Accountability, Transparency and Effectiveness Activity, a project by Development Alternatives International being implemented with support from the United States Agency for International Development. We designed our own project because we believe that we cannot talk about basic education, having improvement in enrollment, retention of children in school, without strengthening the governance system in the education sector. For those of us who have worked in the education sector, especially in the local government areas, where the school-based management committees are supposed to be strong, you find that oftentimes they are weak. Some of them don't even understand their roles and responsibilities, and because of undue influences from outside the local government, oftentimes the school-based management systems are weak. And because of that weakness, the local community schools, local government education schools, often don't get the attention they require, and as often as they require it. Same goes for basic health care. Oftentimes, we have had cases where drugs procured are not able to get into the hands of people in the rural communities. Even though the government is running a revolving health scheme, a health insurance scheme, that should make access to health care free and accessible to all citizens in our state. But because of also corruption, because of fear of offending powers that be, oftentimes again, we've lost lives. We have had unneeded deaths because systems are weak. You talk about the local government system itself. We have challenges. The local government is a beautiful system designed for the good of all of us. But again, the human factor has weakened it again. Problems of absenteeism, problems of truancy, problems of lack of policy documents or non-usage of those documents even where they exist have also weakened the local government system. So for us, the Public Enlightenment Project, we believe that we can only achieve our desire of strengthened basic health care, strengthened primary health care system, improve water and sanitation processes in our state, if and when we improve the local government system. We've done so much, this administration has done so much for us in our state, yet we still have some negative indicators we would love to change. One of them is open defecation. In Nigeria, we hold the unenviable position of being the first in open defecation. And this, nothing has contributed to cholera and deaths associated with cholera in our state as this. So we believe that if we improve our governance system, things can get better. So in designing the Ebonyi local government fiscal transparency, accountability and sustainability program, we went around some local governments. And as we went around those local governments, we asked questions. Their contributions immensely went a long way in what we have today. Even as we are here today, holding this meeting, our staff are in the 7 local governments again. Today. So, are in the 7 local governments conducting some focus group discussions for the next phase of this same project. Citizens in rural communities have limited understanding of their rights. And where they even understand the ability to demand for inclusion, the ability to use their voice, to demand for the entrenchment of those rights is difficult. And what has happened? It has made them become victims of corruption. The Southeast, the Igbos, will have a beautiful culture of self-help, where if God blesses you, you come and do something for your community. It was a laudable methodology of development, especially after the Civil War. But now, corrupt public officials have taken advantage of that. Because citizens are now providing the water we need. Citizens are grading roads. Citizens are building schools and equipping schools. The question then is, where is the money meant for this? Where is the public money meant for this? So in trying to also help ourselves, without knowing it, some of us have also contributed in enhancing corruption. Because, we're preparing budget. I heard that Mr. Chris just furnished his community primary school with 300 computers. Please, can you put 300 computers in the budget? Are you getting my point? And then the same project that he has done for his community wholeheartedly is now being claimed and captured. He doesn't even know, because he doesn't have access to the budget document. He doesn't even know he should ask for the budget document. So he doesn't know. And the people also don't know. So everybody is being taken advantage of. This is some of the challenges that we have. The purpose of government is to provide provision of security of life support, development and reduction of poverty. So as long as government fails in any of the 3 tiers to meet these 3 goals, irrespective of what else they claim they have done, they failed in their primary purpose. And this is one key thing we need to help our people to understand. What is the quality of life before a government comes into being? And mid-year, what is still the quality of life? Is there an improvement? Have the people gone further down, or are they where they used to be? When this, at federal level, when this administration started, a bag of rice was being sold for 6,500 naira. Today, if you don't have anything less than 28,000 naira, you will not be able to buy a bag of rice, which is the most staple food of Nigerians. So that can tell you how far Nigerians have improved or not improved. I don't want to talk about security because I mean we all live with insecurity. Somebody told us a pathetic story a few days ago. A man from Imo State, because of the rate of kidnappings going on in Imo State, goes about with his shotgun to protect himself. He went to his village 2 weeks ago to inspect the project he was doing. Of course with a shotgun as usual. In case, the shotgun is meant in case of, self-protection. But when he sat on his car driving back, his car ran into a bump on the road, another failed government project, and skidded, and the gun shot him. And because he was a medical personnel, he saw the wound and he knew he may not make it between Olo and Owerri. So he put on his phone and started calling. It was when you listen to the record, you even talking about it now, I don't know how I feel. Hearing his voice for close to 14 minutes, he just called his doctor first. He said, "I've shot myself." I started explaining what happened. They get like, "Daddy, what do you say?" "No, be calm. I'm the one talking now. I don't know how long I may live. I'm bleeding. But please listen. Number one, get an ambulance. Start driving." He kept, and over time you keep hearing on the voice, they'll be asking him, "Where are you now?" He'll be explaining until when he was close to where the state capital. He said, "There's a terrible hold up. My eyes I'm feeling blood. I don't know if I can." I'm telling you, I still have good bumps on my body. It's not the kind of thing you will want to listen twice. They kept screaming, they kept trying to get him on. He got to a point, he said, "I want to park. I'm feeling very weak." And they told him, "Please don't park. We are getting police to clear the, And before they could get to where he was, he managed and cleared. Put his head on his steering. And that's it. Failure of government. If there was security of life and property, that man would probably be alive today. He wanted to provide security for himself. He's gone. Development. What else will cause people to keep trooping off our communities, if not underdevelopment? While we are going around communities, in the past 2 weeks, every day we have been on the field, collecting community needs. We want to increase citizens' participation in the ownership of local government projects and programs. In as much as we are talking about a government providing more and more services and amenities, it's still also painful to go to some communities and see government projects misused, destroyed. No one taking care of. If you ask me, say it's government, and who exactly is government? Whose money exactly is being wasted? It's for all of us. So we want to increase citizens and communities' ownership. I believe that nobody here, Mr. Samuel, if I take down your glasses and move away with it, what would you do?
I would
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Because it is his own. So we want people to start owning these properties and taking good care of them. We want to improve the local government administration and strengthen our traditional institutions. The traditional institutions have been such key partners. We'll talk more about them later. And then service delivery in the local government. Project locations. This project for now, we are only in 7 local governments out of the 13. Abakaliki, Afikpo South, Ebonyi, Esa South, Ikpo, Ahunku and Ohansara. In this year 1, this is where we're working. Maybe from year 2, we may increase. Our beneficiaries. We have two major categories, the direct beneficiaries and the indirect. We are hoping that at the end of this project, we should have reached at least 300 local government public finance management officials, HODs from the education, health and wash, minimum of 35 SOGOs, 35 women leaders, youth leaders, 1,435 town union presidents, 35 persons with disabilities. Indirect, 2.1 community members, 840 local government PFM officials, education, health and wash, 200 traditional leaders, women leaders, 150 youth leaders, 85 town unions, 5,000 persons with disabilities. Next slide. We have enjoyed partnership. Just like the PEP said, nobody can do this alone. No institution. For us, our partners have included the Open Government Partnership, Civil Society Coalition in the state. These are different NGOs working in one in different areas of governance. We know that the Open Government Partnership is now being revived in the state. And just last week, the CSOs held a meeting, an election, and nominated new officials who will be working with us alongside the state government to improve service delivery in the state. Media. We are working with all forms of media, the print and electronic, which are the traditional media, the new media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We discovered that one of the key challenges, not just us, but the development coming out of Ebonyi, is that we're not making noise. And nobody will shout your shout or dance your dance for you. You're the only one that will tell people we are bringing about reforms. So please, all of us, what you are doing with the local government, please scream it, shout it. All of us, let's work more with the media so that outside our state, people will see that truly Ebonyi is moving forward. Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities. The way we are engaging with them in this project, they are not just participants and beneficiaries, they are key partners. Today we are holding focus group discussions in local government. 2 members, 2 officials are part of those conducting those focus groups. From the beginning of the project till now, we've worked with them. Traditional leaders and their institutions. Was it last week or last 2 weeks when we held the multi-stakeholders last 2 weeks workshop on community key needs training manual? We had 14 ASEGOs here in this same hotel in Northern Hall, including the Eze of all Ezes in the Southeast, His Royal Highness Eze Charles. He was here, so we are enjoying partnership. It's not easy bringing about reform, like you said. Some people may not like what you are doing, but slowly and gradually, we believe we are getting there. We conducted baseline research in the communities and local governments. We produced the baseline fact sheets, advocacy visits. We held advocacy visits to key stakeholders. We developed and created the community key needs identification manual. We held a review meeting like we're doing. The 2-day project inception workshop for PEP staff, 2 members of the board of trustees, and 13 volunteers, aimed at sensitizing and preparing the entire project team for the work ahead. The outcome we had was that participants understood project activities and shared responsibilities. This built harmony among the project team, shared the project goals and objectives. During the baseline, PEP conducted a detailed baseline in the 7 project LGAs. We looked at the local government governance weaknesses and reform issues. We determined the knowledge, attitudes, and practices and challenges of local governments, staff, and citizens in relation to the budget, to issues of procurement, internally generated revenues, and citizens' participation in the local government system. This baseline enabled us to generate relevant baseline data current data with critical stakeholders and community members. We held advocacy visits to key stakeholders, to in the government sector, House Committee Chairperson on Public Accounts Committee, Minority Leader, Chairman and Supervisory Councillors of the 7 project LGAs, State Director of Budget, 3 first-class executives and their cabinet, PG of local government, of President Generals of some communities, and civil society leaders. And of course, we got their buy-in, and that's why these projects have survived today. Then we published our community key needs manual. This manual that we have is a model. What we did, we looked at what Anambra was the first state to develop the community, citizens community charter of demands. But when you want to improve on it, or use a system, you should look at the weaknesses and improve on it. And so that is what we've done with this. This manual is different in the sense that through this manual, we are building the capacity of communities themselves. Instead of you coming every year to help them generate their needs to be included in the budget, from this manual, from next year, it should not be their own activity in the project.